like that, or do a shirt just to make sure somebody's keeping the law, that's doing well on the Sabbath. Yahweh Shah talked about that. So you got to be very careful that you're doing things on the Shabbat or basically on these feast days like new moons and holy convocations. Make sure any work you do isn't a non-servile thing. Is that you're really doing it for people and for the Most High, and not for money. You understand that, Sister Tamar?
I understand that. Con. So, the reason why I was asking was because, um, of course, last night started the new moon, and we were, in a gathering, and I saw a sister. They had a machine out, and they were making fringes. And then I said, "But you're not supposed to be doing that today." And they were like, "No, you can. Yes, you can. You can do it. It's nothing wrong with it. You're just doing it. You're not selling it." And so I'm just trying to make sure that I'm not being over righteous, because I was looked at as being over righteous, because I'm looking at, if you're saying yes you can, you're not selling it, yeah you can. It's not like you're doing it because somebody needs it. You're just doing it because you want to do it. So that means the man that's picking sticks, he could have just been picking the sticks just because he wanted to pick the sticks. We don't know if he's gonna cook, but he's just picking the stick. That's all we saw. So he was killed. So if you're just doing this and you saying you may sell it, I don't know what your mind is, but I'm telling you, you're not supposed to be doing stuff like that. And you look at me like I'm crazy. So I wasn't sure. It's why I'm asking, so that way I don't make that mistake again. Because I do fringes too. I just, on those days, I put them aside. I get them ready the day before, so that way I can have them. So even if I feel like I want to give someone some fringes, they're ready to go. So I'm not gonna be doing them on the day that I feel that is, on the day that I know is unlawful for me to do. So I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't being over righteous.
Yeah, I gotta do something right quick, y'all. Hold it down. I'll be right back.
Khan, are you in the room? So
Con, he's in there. He's in
did
there.
everyone speak to the topic on the head of the on the header? Okay, someone's coming up.
Hey, Shalom. I'm here, but I'm kind of doing something for work. Salakia King.
Okay, Khan. Yeah. Mayakala. Am I saying that
Shalom.
name correct?
Oh,
Shalom.
Mayaka
How you say
Allah.
your name, King?
Mayaka Allah.
Mayaka Allah. Welcome to the stage, King. Do you want
Yeah,
to add on to the topic?
yeah, Shalom family. Yeah, I heard y'all mention that book, The Russian Icon earlier. So I put one of the pages, I bought the book because um, I can't remember who said it, but the brother did say IUIC. They mentioned, they got a video where they're like teaching this Christian church and they got like this table full of books and they name like all kind of books and bring them out. So that's where I got it from. And I went online and ordered it, and I think I paid like $350 for the book, but I think the price jumped up since then. And at one point, I used to watch him a lot. I don't really watch him that much no more, but Bishop Nathaniel has said he's gonna stop mentioning the names of the books in the videos because every time he does, they like jack the prices up real high on the
A
books.
fact.
But that picture in my PTR is that's Moses on the left, David on the right, and um Apostle Andrew at the bottom. And the pictures of Moses and David and on the other page, it says like that these are traditional paintings, meaning like I think those pictures was like from the 1200s, but it says that they're traditional paintings. So it was saying like every time that they painted Moses or David, this is how they would paint them, like in this form, like they would look something like this, throughout, whoever the painter was painted it. They were traditionally painted in that way. Like, so yeah, that's
Con.
Moses on the left, David on the right. I just wanted to bring that out because I heard somebody mention the book.
Yeah, con. A lot of these books, um, they're priced out of our range, so that because as they say, when you want to hide the truth from a black man, where do you put it? In a book. And now they realize that shit don't work with the Israelites. The Israelites want them books, and they price these books like totally out of your reach. There was another book. Um, I was trying to buy the other day, and I mean, the first book that I saw that with was a book. The name of the book is 101. Let me grab the book real quick, Shalakia. Shalakia. Yeah, the name of the book is 103 Amazing Facts About the Black Indians of the West Hemisphere. Now, this book, don't I wouldn't even call this thing a book. I'd call it like a little pamphlet. It's so small, right? It has, I don't even know if it even reaches 100 pages. It's like really, really small, like maybe less than 50 pages, man. It's like a little pamphlet. Um, and this book was being sold on Amazon for $270,000 because it brought out a whole lot of information about how they reclassified the so-called American Indians and reclassified them as blacks, and a whole lot of things that they did, where that history is concerned. Right, like I said, it's a real small book, and Amazon had the book for $270,000, and then they lowered the price of the book to $250,000. Right, and then it was no longer available on Amazon. I saw it on Etsy. Somebody bootlegged the book, and I saw it on Etsy for like $34 or something. But that's literally what they do, man. They put the books at ridiculous prices. I have a whole bunch of books um, on my book list, and they're just priced at a ridiculous price that you can't afford it. They really just price it way out of your reach. So it's like buying a damn house for the price of a book.
Yeah, Khan. There's another book. I used to go back and forth with this atheist on Facebook, and he kept trying to tell me that Greeks created the Hebrew language from this book. Hebrew is Greek. So he kept saying and kept mentioning, during different occasions. So one day I was like, "What's the name of that book you said?" So I went and looked it up. The book was like $1,500, and I guess he just went off the name Hebrew is Greek and thought that the Greeks created the Hebrew language. But when you start reading it, it's really about telling how the Greek language comes from Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? So he's mentioning this book thinking that I won't be able to get it because it was $1,500. And So one day he's online and I'm like, man, I got the book. And he's like, no, you don't. That book is $7,000, and it was only 1,500. And but what I did was I put the name in Google and I just put PDF behind it, and I just downloaded the whole PDF. And you can pretty much do that with almost, I ain't gonna say every book, but you can do that with a lot of books. Just put the name of the book in and put PDF behind it, and you can just get the whole book and just download the whole book.
Con. There's another book I was trying to pick up the other day called Pictorial History of Israel by Jacob and Robin Mayer Barkel. Um, and that book right now, they have that priced at $24,461. I mean, how many people about to go out and buy a book for $24,000? And this is just like a drop in the bucket of books that they have that shows you straight up history about our history, that they just got ridiculously priced, man. So yeah, the IUIC is right about not mentioning books, because once they do it, they're like, okay, and they jack the price up, because again, it's important for you not to know who you are, not to know your true history, not to come back to what our heritage, our inheritance. So this is why they keep doing that in terms of these books, man. Sometimes brothers may have to just come together and pool their money together to buy a book. It's like, damn, because again, they price these books like just ridiculous. So,
Right. Put the money together, buy the books, and then copy them and just give them out.
con. One of the things people were able to do, I think it's still possible, go to a library and request a book in a library, and then get the book from the library, you know, and that's one of the ways for you to get some books as well that is like really difficult to get. And like you also said, if you can put in the name of the book and put PDF behind it, you can probably find a lot of books as well. But again, a lot of the books that really relate to us, it may not be possible. But hey, it's definitely out there, man. You just got to do your research and really search. Um, yeah, but IUIC definitely, and a lot of other brothers really got some books that it's probably used to, when they bought it, it was $5, you know, um, but now it's hundreds of dollars for those books, or in some cases thousands of dollars for those books.
Con, the water for bringing me back up, bringing me up. I'm gonna drop back down. Appreciate it.
Con. Hey, King, before you drop down, you got anything to add to the topic on the header?
Oh yeah. What is Black History? Yeah, it's pretty much. I pretty much agree with y'all saying. Um, Black history being biblical history, and but also I think Black History Month is just like it's just like a pacifier. You know what I'm saying? Like they do certain things to pacify us. So like that scripture I think is in Sirach where it says um oppression makes a wise man angry, but a gift destroys the heart. So it's like, you know, they see us angry and then they give us little things to kind of like break that anger. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about Black History Month. It's just a little token to kind of, oh well, you got a whole month to yourself, but it ain't really even sufficient to anything. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't really benefit us in no way. Like I mean, now we starting to get the information, because of the internet and the Most High bringing things out, but I think it's just a pacifier.
Con. Yeah. When the baby start to cry, you put a pacifier in his mouth to shut him up. So when you look at black history, so to speak, they'll tell you, hey man, your history started from 1915 or some other stupid year, make you think, before the transatlantic slavery, you had no history. You know, your history is Africans sold Africans into slavery, and that's how you came here. You know, right now they're changing up the history books, so it's going to tell you that um, right now that Africans came here to help build America, that they came as indentured servants, and they came because they wanted to help America build its economy. And this is the kind of things that the wicked do, man. As they say, the victor is the one who writes history. It's his story, and he puts it however he wants to. And a couple of years from now, if we're still here, if them chariots don't grab us, you know, our kids are going to be reading that, you know, the Africans came here to help America's economy. It's ridiculous, man. All that stuff that they did, buck breaking, you know, just raping randomly boys and girls, making sons sleep with their mothers and sisters and aunties to, all of the human farms to make more babies, all of the alligator bait, all of the carnival games, put a nigger's face in a hole and try to hit it with a baseball, test your luck, see how good you are. That nigga ain't gonna feel it, right? All of the medical wickedness they did to our women and men and children, you know, because black people don't feel pain. You don't have to give them no pain medication. What the things that J. Marion Sims did, you know, um, we could call him Dr. Mangler based on the things he did to black women, but they call him the father of gynecology, right? All of that history is going to be scrubbed away, man, because they're the ones writing the books. Believe me, all of these, um, Jakes and Eves who talk about, oh, the Bible is the white man's book. Believe me, if the white man knew all of the stuff that's really in this book, she's believe the kind of Bible you'll be reading today, she wouldn't even know who the hell you are. They'll change all of the descriptions of Christ and God and the angels, you know, and make them have blonde hair and blue eyes. So,
Yeah, that's why that book is important because like the pictures of the pictures of the angels in the book is black. I wish I was at home so I could PTR the pictures, but they got like this picture with it's like a not even like a staircase, but it's like a cloud with like all these different levels, and it's just all black angels in the clouds. You know what I'm saying? Like they all black, and I don't know, it's dope. But like you said, they look to change the faces. You know what I'm saying? Of the judges. So that's as long as we stay at the bottom, they're gonna be able to do it.
God, God. The Catholic Church has a whole bunch of statues out there with a white angel standing on a black man about to drive a sword through him, standing on the head of a black man, and they got a lot of these statues in throughout the continent of Africa. So it's like, sure they got it in places over here too, and maybe also in other places. But Yeah, that's what they always put out, man. You know, white angels standing on black people's heads. You know, and a lot of so-called black people, you know, still praying to these Caesar Borgia statues. Crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy because I heard like I don't know if it's a fact, but I heard like the Pope he prays to the Black Madonna, like the Black Mary or whatever. But they
Con.
got niggas out here praying to white Jesus.
Yeah, Con. The Pope has a private chapel where he has a statue of um, Black Mary and Yahushai. So and it's not a Caesar Borgia um, thing in there. It's black. So they've always known the truth, man. The Vatican has a underground library that not even the Pope can just walk in and say, "Let me read this book." That's how private that library is, right? It's like 21 miles of a library underground. And if you want to get a book out of the library, you actually have to know that the book exists, that they have it, and then you have to be you have to qualify. They have certain qualifications that you have to pass before you can even get a book from there. And okay, let me change that. You cannot get a book from there. Even with the qualifications, you have to request a book and then request a page that you want to see. So it's not like you can go there with all the qualifications and say, "Yeah, I want to check out this book." Nah, you have to request a page that you want to see. They ain't even checking out the book, you know. So like I said, they've always known who we were, and it is what it is, man. They got like several million books. Like I can't remember how many thousand codexes they have, original manuscripts and all kinds of stuff they have there in that Vatican library.
Yeah, if you check my PTR, this is another picture. I had put these on my Facebook like when I first got the book. I just try to find a couple of them. But this is a man painting the Black Christ. You can see that they clearly black. Him and Mary is clearly black in the picture.
Gone. They have these paintings on. I can't remember what it's called. If it's a chapel or a temple or whatever, where there's a lot of tourists that goes to visit in Israel. But that portion of the tour that you go through, it just happens to be a hallway that they don't have any lights in. So they have a whole lot of these types of paintings on the wall, you know, with Black Paul and the disciples and a whole bunch of other people, Moses and all of that type of stuff on the walls. But that portion of the tour is a whole area that they don't have any lights in. So it's like walking down a dark hallway. You're not going to like think that, oh, there's paintings on the wall here. They keep that area purposely unlit.
I think you cut out for a second, King.
Yeah, Shalaki. I was saying they have a place in on one of the tours where you go into Jerusalem in Israel, where they have paintings of these things on the wall of the the true representation of Moses and all of these brothers, David and all of that stuff, black. But that area of the tour, it's like they have that area with no lights in it. So it's like walking down a dark hallway, but all of those paintings are on the wall, but that they have it with no lights there. So you're just walking down a dark hallway, and then you know, if you know it's there, then you will, grab a flashlight and see it. But other than that, it's just like walking down a dark hallway. They don't even know those paintings are there. A lot of the tourists.
Yeah, I think
Great
IUIC
facility.
mentioned something like that. They said they was in Russia, and there was like this museum, and but it's like this back room or something with all the black artifacts. But if you don't know to ask to go back there, they won't even tell you about it.
Yeah, it's in Russia too. Yeah, con, con.
Khan King, and you whatever you just described is so powerful because that's what we've lived, right? We walking through a lot of darkness and not even knowing who we are as people, and what they're so afraid of is that we're being empowered to know what we meant to this this earth and what we continue to be, and it's crazy because we kind of running it right now. But even historically, we ran it, but no one wants us to know that.
Gone, gone. And they're still trying to hide so much things, man. I didn't read the whole article, but Whoopi Goldberg had to go apologize for something she said about, the Holocaust. You know, yo, these bastards jump down your throat, you know, quick when you say anything dealing with history about who they are. And the article was, the headline was, Whoopi Goldberg had to make apology for what she said about the Holocaust. I think she said the Holocaust wasn't about race, and they own all of these shows, man. They own all, you name it, anything dealing with broadcasting or bringing out information. It's all owned by Amalek. Amalek controls the information that you see, that you hear, that you read. Amalek newspapers, magazines, radio, television, and Amalek in the world, right? Newspapers in other countries, right? Amalek funding those things. So you might think, oh, you know what? I'm gonna go down into this backwood country here and get real news. No, Amalek is funding and own all of these things as well. And this is why it's important for us to wake up, man. This is why are people still listening to Amalek when Amalek say this, or the news say that, and we still trust in our enemies, man. I mean, the topic is about Black history. If you look at our history, they have never done anything to help us. Never. The scripture tell you
Khan King,
you know these people by their fruit, man. What kind of fruit have they been creating? GMO. All their fruit is wicked, man. All their fruit is adjusted and changed to make it do something different. You know, we wondering why we got. I mean, I don't want to change the topic too much, man. But this kind of stuff is what it is, man. We wondering why there's so much cancer in our neighborhoods, in our community. We eating all kind of GMO shit, man. When's the last time you see a banana with seeds in it? Yeah, bananas got seeds. All fruits got seeds. A lot of the things you even see that have seeds is GMO. We're eating tainted, as the scripture tells us, man. We're going to eat our defiled bread, man. Everything we eating is defiled. That's our black history, man. And this is why we need to wake up and follow the scriptures, the laws, the commandments. Because the scripture tells you, man, never trust your enemy. But we said, nah, I think they're good. Never trust your enemy. They're not all the same way. Never trust your enemy. I got some really cool white friends. Never trust your enemy. But hey, this is what we want to do, man. We do everything opposite to what God say. God say, love your neighbor, your brother, your family, your bloodline. Love your neighbor as yourself. Yo, that nigga is wicked, man. I don't trust that nigga. So we just gotta, we're gonna deal with the consequences until we wake up. A lot of our people want to join and hold hands with the enemy, but I don't want to keep talking, man. Is anyone on the stage who want to contribute to the topic on the top? What is Black history? If you didn't contribute, just flash your mic, and we can get you sharing your point of view, man. You know, if you want to come up, just raise your hands. We bring you up, and we go into it, man.
Hey, Salakia. Brothers could open up a chill room in a minute because, I'm get back to, doing the new moon with my family and everything. So brothers could hold it down, or brothers could open up a chill room in a minute.
Khan, what time you want to shut down this room, King?
Probably like 2 o'clock.
Okay, Khan, Khan. Hey, Harrell, welcome to the stage, King.
Shalom, everybody on stage. Shalom, y'all.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom King.
Yeah, Black History. Black History is when they they show a couple Martin Luther King's speeches. They talk a little bit about Malcolm X. They you say we shall overcome. Then they show the white people. They say, hey, not all of them are that bad. There was some that loved Martin Luther King and loved. And then it's 20 after 28 days, it's over. That's your Black History right there.
Khan.
I'm cracking up
Yeah, we
right now.
draw the short straw. Yeah, we draw the short straw. But your Black history, or our Black history, or Black history, period, is everything that went on, man. There was no history for them until we kind of weaned them out of the cave and taught them how to bait themselves and wipe their ass, and a lot of them kind of going back to their natural true self. You see a lot of videos online with Esau and Shesaw eating raw meat. It's like, yeah, biting into beef and chicken and all kind of raw meat. It's like, yeah, this is the best way to eat it. You know, this is who they are, man. They're animals, and they're going back to their natural ways.
Well, they gotta say they sorry some kind of way. So, in February, they're gonna be a little bit nice. They're gonna say, "Oh, we're sorry. We're gonna give you a couple king speeches. We're gonna look like we care." And sorry to the Negroes. You get that for 28 days, and then they go back to being wicked.
Ain't no sorry, man. A gift destroyed the heart. Ain't no sorry. They've never said sorry. Sorry means paying back, right? So somebody burn your house down and they just tell you sorry. Is that really sorry? Somebody destroyed your heritage and then come back and say sorry. Is that sorry? Somebody killed your mother, your whole family, and they be like, I'm sorry, man. Hey, shit happens. Is that sorry? That ain't sorry. When the Most High comes back and start dropping bombs on their ass, then they're gonna start to say sorry, and then we ain't gonna hear it. You gotta deal with what you gotta deal with. Food for the fire.
We had some teachers at our school that they wouldn't go get too deep. They just go get like scratch the surface of real Black history, but they never ever got into the real Black. You know, I had to be an adult to learn about Marcus Garvey. Like it was so much Black history, but you know, in my history class we had a white teacher. She during it got real interesting because when they you got to do a term paper and you got to bring it back, the kids would be scared to read what the parents was helping the kids with the term paper, and the kids would be scared to read it in the class. I remember that. I yield. I mean,
Con. Yeah, man. If the person teaching you black history is white, hey, guess what you're gonna find out? You're gonna find out about Harriet Tubman because our history only started, you know, after slavery or during slavery. That's when our history started. We had nothing before. We were swinging on trees. We were swinging on trees in Africa. I mean, I've heard people, comedians and pastors say, man, I'm so happy, that, slavery happened because I'd still be swinging on a tree in Africa if it wasn't for slavery. I heard pastors say, man, I don't want to go to heaven if it's a whole bunch of niggas up there. But hey, these are the kind of foolish things our people say, man. Our
Slacking.
true history, is this scripture, man, which they try to twist during slavery and gave us the slave Bible, right? Where 90% of the scriptures were gone. A whole bunch of books in the Bible were just removed. A whole lot of verses and chapters from certain books were just removed. And that's what they gave us as the scripture, man. And the sermons that you were allowed to preach as a pastor was obey your masters, forgive, and you'll get yours in the sweet by and by. Go ahead, sis.
I just had a quick story, because we were talking about, you were just mentioning like how our, white people teaching you Black history. Um, and my best friend's uh, father, who was, a graduate, he was a teacher in my high school, and I was in the classes that were more elevated, so it wasn't like regular, and but I would have him give me ask him for a pass to come to his class to learn because he didn't go by the, just by the book. He would sit there and he would tell us Black history. I mean, we literally, would be in there, 30 of us, because I said, can you get me out of my room? I'd ask him so I can come and hear, talk with you because I'm learning about what sewing. I'm not sure right now, and it was just so crazy because he was just really explaining the history of us. And, but it was like secluded to like 30 people in our whole district of 1,000 kids. That's crazy.
Gone. Gone. Then we got a few more people on the stage. We got Nell. What's going on, King?
Shalom, brother. How you doing?
Pretty good, man. What you got to add to the topic, King?
I think that I think exactly what you had said is about this. When Black history is the beginning of the white man's rulership. That's That's really the way I see it. And as you said, when we got off the slave ship, so that's the teaching of that. Also, this this whole Christian, this Catholic Church, when they destroyed us and when they removed our heritage and stripped us of the thing. Um, I think also today when they tell you that the law is done away with, I think we also have to remember that those laws and statutes and commandments was given unto us for a heritage. So when they tell you that the law is done away with, they're saying that your heritage is done. Whoever you was in the earth is finished with. That's my take on that.
God, that's correct, man. You
Actually, that's
know,
racist. That's racist. That's people's heritage that you're saying is done away with.
and who's the one who done away with it?
The people who are telling you that it's done away with are the people who did away with
God, God, man. You know,
Hey,
it's like
Lucky.
they burn your house down and then tell you, man, I heard your house got burned down. I'm so sorry to hear your house is burned down. But let me tell you really what was in that house so you know who you are. And they fill you with a whole bunch of lies, man. Go ahead, King.
Oh, so Lucky. Just imagine, like today, if you had the mind today, you can go back to when you was a kid, and you in that class, and your teacher say, "Tell us about Black history." I will first start off with Romans 9:13. Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. And I'll go back way back to Esau. That class will be dark at the end of my paper. I will probably do about 10 pages.
Gone. And well, hopefully you wouldn't even have to go back to these types of things. Hopefully the ultimate is to segregate and educate our own, but we have to start coming together and pooling our money together to do that type of stuff. Because you still being in that class is you still being oppressed and depressed and put in certain situations that you should never have to be in. Because this is why, when they did the experiment with the dolls with our kids, 5-year-old kids, 7-year-old kids, and they asked them, with the white doll and the black doll, which is ugly. you know the black kids were saying the black doll is ugly, which is bad. The black kids were saying the black doll is bad, right? So even at this age, where 5-year-olds and 6-year-olds and 4-year-olds, they don't even want to be associated with the black doll because everything around them, they even at that age could understand that, hey, there's more favor to the white doll. When you say who's the good doll, they were pointing to the white doll. So we think our kids don't understand and they don't comprehend, but obviously the system is so set in place that even at that age, they understand being black is not a good thing. They don't trust the black doll, even at that age. And that is something that we really got to understand, that even these people educating us, we growing up watching their television shows and their cartoons, it has all molded us to make a certain bias understanding. And this is why we got to try to get, because we're very creative people, man. There's no reason why we don't have you know well, I guess there is a reason. Like I said before, Amalek owns everything. So what we might want to create and put out on the air, Amalek's going to be like, nah, nah, nah. I don't like that black cartoon where black people are all the heroes. We need to see more black niggers killing more black niggers. That's what they're going to put out.
God,
You know, and we got to get away from that. Ayenya is on the stage. What's going on, King?
Shalom, Mashapaki. What's going on?
Shalom. Pretty good, King. What you got to add to the topic, King?
What's the topic about? What is Black history?
Khan.
Black history is biblical history and world history, really. Because without Black history, we won't have history at all. Black history is the beginning of what you would say history in written and oral tradition. White people only showed up 7,000 years ago, rarely. While you have Black history in a sense for man 2010, even further back, 1,000 years. So we got a lot of, it's just like a boom in Eurocentric history and white people pushing their history and not giving us ours. But how we negate that is pretty much what we've been doing, like in the Roman Empire. During that time, Israelites were setting up synagogues or, basically churches to keep the people traditions going and having just their representation of who they are it's like it who they are in their culture against Roman and Greek culture. So it's kind of like the same thing we're doing now with camps, building schools. We just need more camps, buildings, and schools because Amalek is not going to give us airwaves, or Esau, period. Amalek, Moab, nobody. Ham, no one's going to give us airwaves to go out and tell us who we are. We got to go out and do the footwork. And that's why this truth is getting out so far, man. Because people are literally, we're literally in your face giving you the truth, And we bring people in, they bring their children in, and they grow their children. We might not be able to catch everybody, but this truth has gotten so big, man. I know sometimes y'all look on my Instagram, but IUIC literally, and it's not only IUIC because there's other camps too that are pretty much international now. Because you got some camps in Mexico, South America. You got some camps that are already in uh, Europe. Some are already in Asia. I haven't heard any camps in the Middle East yet, but damn it, it's probably gonna be some soon. But you got people in purple speaking all these different languages. You got IUIC in Russia. So, and that's not from advertising or allowing other nations to help us. That's just straight groundwork. You know what I mean? That's us, the men, stepping up to actually represent the nation.
You
So,
said, Shalaki, you said there's an IUIC in Russia?
yeah, there's an IUIC in Russia, Germany, New
Oh,
Zealand,
praises.
India.
Mexico. IUIC is an international congregation.
Khan. All
They're
praises, man.
all over Africa. They're
Khan.
everywhere.
Khan. Kwame Sharala. Comrade. Khan.
Um, there's a thing also. You gotta look at the way we bring up the kids also because um, the young black child, for the male child, he's playing with little hero toys, right? All those little action figures, they're all white. It's Superman, Batman, whatsoever. All these other toys
There you
that
go.
that possess all these powers that are magical, mystical men, right? And so they
Khan.
grow up their whole life playing with these toys, and these is who they look at with the power. These are the ones that are amazing. Look at their skin. Look at the women they're with. These are
Khan.
powerful people. These are great people. And the same thing for the young black girl. She grew up playing with these little white Barbie dolls with the blonde hair. So when she get older, she want to smack blonde hair on her head. Um, so you see these things, these ways that we're conditioned. We don't even think about that with our kids. It's just like that courtroom. What happened? That one case with the lady who walked into the dude's house and shot him when he was eating ice cream in his own apartment.
Khan. Yeah.
Um,
Botham Jean and I
yeah.
forgot the Amber Geiger.
All right. Yeah. So Amber Geiger, when she was in court, what did the black women do to that? They walked over there and did her hair, played with her hair like they did with that Barbie doll. They felt so much affection for her. They felt
Yo,
so.
it's
They
Shalakia
felt.
King. That is powerful, and the worst is what the brother did.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. He felt. Yeah, he had so much. It's just it can't be true. These people are so they're so excellent. They're so great. We just love them. Whatever. All that slavery stuff that was in the past, man. It's just
God,
there's no way. So those black women, they went over there and they caressed that white woman's hair and messed with her hair and did it and combed it and just brought them right back to that little Barbie doll they had. If that had been a black woman sitting there, them sisters would have never touched her.
And then
God,
the brother came there and was hugging her, you know,
Yep,
comforting her. That was
yep.
terrible.
There was a black man there. That black brother, I don't think,
is
as
it
good as the person he seemed he was, I don't think he would have hugged him if he were a black
is it okay? Is it okay if I give her a hug? I don't even want you to go to jail for killing my brother in his own house while he was just eating ice cream.
man.
That's the kind of brainwash situation our people still deal. Our people can pour out their heart. You come in and kill my brother in his own house, in his own chair, eating ice cream, and I feel so sorry for you because in our people's mind, the brainwashing that was put on us is that when a white person does something evil, it's a fluke because they're inherently good.
Yeah, yeah.
We don't believe the scripture because the scripture tells you that they are not inherently good, right? Even if you shine up iron, it's still going to rust. That's who they are. You can make them look nice and shiny, but they are iron, and iron is always going to come out with that rust,
Uh,
So, Lucky, I got a
right?
precept.
Con, bring it out, King.
This is Isaiah chapter 40, verse 1. Comfort ye my people, saith your God. Speak ye comfortably to Jerusalem, and cry unto her, that her warfare is accomplished, that her iniquity is pardoned. For she hath received of the Lord's hand double for all her sins. So we supposed to speak comfortably to our people. Our punishment, us going to slavery, being punished for all our sins, that thing is done. It is complete. Instead of hugging your enemy, she should be in the truth, comforting her people, telling her people that they're about to be the new rulers of the earth, the new judges of the earth. And they're going to be put in positions like she was in to righteously punish and judge those people. She should have she should have stood up there and gave that white woman what she deserved because she's a murderer, just like her forefathers. The Most High is about to raise up some real judges, man. Some real judges that are really going to judge righteously and not be blinded, man.
I wish I was
Con.
the one that was close to that woman, that they gave me the opportunity to get close to her, enough to get a hug. I would have had to bite her nose off. That's what I probably would have done. I would have ripped that woman apart and then go to jail.
Easy, Mike Tyson. And bite her ear off.
God, that's what I would have. I would have to do that. I mean, because
Bro,
you
listen,
killed my brother.
this
Oh,
this woman this woman killed this man in his own house. Killed a man in his own house, and his brother still wants to give her a hug. This brother, maybe they had a bad relationship. you know, I don't know what the hell is going through that man's mind that you want to hug the person that took your brother's life away, man. That the judge want to come down and comfort her. That the bailiff want to comb her hair. These are all low self-esteem spirits on our people, man. These are all coon house nigger spirits on our people, man. This is the class that the white man has made to to protect himself from the field niggers. Because the field niggers, every time they go back in from the field, they're thinking, how could we kill this cracker? How could we go in and kill this cracker? And they couldn't kill the cracker because the white man created um, duplicates of himself that was living in the house, who was thinking it's all good. Master's good. Living in the house is good. We're going back to Django where Calvin got killed, and the brother's like, Calvin! Oh no! You should be damn happy Calvin got a bullet in his fucking head. Excuse me. But our people is like, no. They want to go in the grave with Calvin. We love our enemies so much. And this is why, though hand joined in hand, the wicked still got to be punished. And a lot of our people got to go down with that. Right now, they got a damn law in Florida that they passed where you can't make white people uncomfortable with the truth. If you make them uncomfortable with telling them about racism, you could get arrested. You can't make white people feel uncomfortable. They were so offended and hurt about critical race theory being taught in schools, and white people were getting offended because they were being uncomfortable with that talk about you feeding our damn children to alligators, that racism is an institutionalized thing and not just a one-on-one thing. It's a political system that was put in place to keep us down. And you talk about that kind of stuff, you make them uncomfortable. Now they created a law. You can't make me feel uncomfortable. I'm a white person. Why should I feel discomfort in my own heaven? So we gotta create a law to shut you niggas up. Because when you start talking about critical race theory, when you start talking about buck breaking and all of the shit that was done to all of the lynchings, all of the things that was done, that makes me feel uncomfortable. So I got to put a law out for that. This is the system we're living in, man. And our people still trying to be coons. We got to wake up, man. What say you, Isaiah?
Shalom, shalom, everybody on the panel. Um, so it says, "What is Black history?" Sure, man. Black history is, well, so-called Black history is the history that they want us to know about ourselves. You know what I'm saying? What they want us to, that the origin they want us to know is that they just got us off slave ships, and that's the beginning of our story. Or Martin Luther King had a dream for us to be mingled, you know what I'm saying, with the white man and the other nations, right? Something that the Most High God is against. You know, that's what so-called black history is, right? They want us to know that we just nothing but niggas, that we are nothing but a color, but black. That's what black history is. I think black history done definitely, you know what I'm saying, destroyed us as a nation of people, destroyed our community, and destroyed our mind frame, going along with, you know what I'm saying, the things that we have to deal with, like Stockholm syndrome, like the brother Shemai was bringing out, Stockholm syndrome, you know what I'm saying, coonery, you know what I'm saying, the outcome of the Willie Lynch, all right, all these things, man, it's a terrible thing, right? You have it, like, for example, right? Our people are so destroyed for a lack of knowledge, and there's no knowledge in the land, like it tell you in the book of Hosea, right? The fourth chapter, if I'm not mistaken, right? You have kids that don't even know they took the slave shits out the textbooks. That you have kids that don't even know, about that, about how we even got here, right? So they just born and think that this is their home, right? Because you have, like, for example, right? I'm in college, and one time we was in a class, and I was bringing out. It was like a class discussion. It was like a social class discussion. I don't really remember what it was about, but it got on along the lines of history and stuff like that. And I started talking about the slave ships. You know what I'm saying? Trying to be wise as a serpent and sneak that Deuteronomy 28:68 in the conversation. And kid, I asked the kid, I'm like, man, y'all know about the slave ships? These are children. These are kids my age. They're like, no, I don't know about no slave ships. What? Just the other week at camp, right? This past Sabbath, right? If you look at my PTR, it was this day. It was this past Sabbath. These three these three young kings walked up. Right? It was a little Issachar, and it was two Judah baby boys, and they was like 15, like, and the other two was like 11. Right? And they didn't know nothing about the slave ships. They don't even know about the movie Roots. So this is what they doing to our people, and it's just getting worse. Right? They stripping us of our identity, trying to make us believe in our head that we just black and that we nothing else. Right? We don't have no homeland. We don't have no heritage. Right? We have a few characteristics. You know what I'm saying? With the hairstyles and the way we dress, and you can and the things that we eat, and you can find those things in the Bible, but it's deeper than that, right? But I think Black History Month, man, is it's not what the Bible is. Black history, the Black history that they put out there is not what, you know what I'm saying, our people need to be fully uh uh indulging in, unless they don't know, you know what I'm saying, the true heritage and knowledge. And with that, I yield.
Con, man. Yeah. Yo, this is a serious thing, man. You got a couple of days to, what they're teaching our kids right now has never been true Black history. You know, every generation they got you writing a paper on Martin Luther King. Oh, come and choose some great Black heroes. Martin Luther King, you know, Harriet Tubman, you know, and they ain't teaching you nothing, man. They ain't teaching you nothing. This is the same problem we'll always have. When you let the oppressor, the colonizer, the slave master educate you, you will never truly be educated, right? When you allow the oppressor, the slave master, the colonizer to educate you or your children, you will never be educated. You will conform to his ways, his thinking, his understanding. And this is where we are right now. We have allowed our slave masters to educate us and tell us who we are. So, who am I really, slave master? You're a good nigger. You're a good nigger because you love your master, you obey your master, you forgive your master. So, you're a good nigger. Oh, thank you, slave master. I need to go tell all my people that's how to be a good nigger. And you go preach to your people. Hey, you want to be good? Love your master. Obey your master. Forgive your master. But these other niggers, you can kill them. Because niggas ain't no good. This is the education that we get in the churches. This is the education that we grew up with. We're quicker to forgive the person that looks like Superman and Caesar Borgia than to give forgiveness to somebody that looks just like you in the mirror. you know. But I know, Shahpar said he wanted to close down this room and we could open up another chill room. Um, I don't want the replays to go off. I don't know what time the replays would get cut off. But this is the situation we're in, man. Shahpar, are you there? So if anybody want to, add to the topic before the room gets shut down, this is the time to, you know, put your pea in the pot so we can have a nice big pot of peas. Come and add to the topic if you want. You know, come and drop your dime and lay it out, man. My perspective may be wrong. You know, let's hear what you got to say.
So man,
Maybe,
Shemaya, where this going with the P, man?
well, not that type of pea.
Well, where
Like
is this going?
pea. Let's all put our peas in the pot and cook a whole nice big pot of peas.
Okay, okay, I got you.
not that kind of pea. Hey, we're not doing no R. Kelly stuff over here. God, all praises, man. But yeah, man, this is a situation we're in, man. We gotta first understand that the Bible is our history, right? The Bible is our true history, and they have never told us the truth about the scriptures, right? They have told us the characters in the Bible look like them, right? They have given us hundreds of movies showing the characters in the Bible look like them. And we have no idea that those characters, so called in the Bible, are your aunties, your uncles, your cousins, your family. So, this is what we got to wake up to, man. The Bible, as they call it, is our true history. Our history didn't start when they grabbed us from, Negro land and these places and brought us and scattered us around the world. That's not where our history started. We have a very rich history, very rich history, more than their history, right? We have a powerful inheritance. We inherited wisdoms, laws, statutes, commandments. We've always had a God, a true and living God who has fought for us and who continues to fight for us, right? But we got to wake up. We got to wake up to these truths, man. We got to teach it to our children. We got to get that next generation prepared to understand who they are. So, Shahpar, you there, King? Ari, can you open up another room?
God, we could do a shalom and chill room. I'm gonna shut this one down. But everybody that's joined us in this discussion, I like to say Tawada, right? Ashar Kadash Rock, Happy New Moon. All right, Habataya Sha'ala Barakataya Sha'ala, man.
Khan, Shalom.
Hey,
You
Shalom.
want to open up the room first, King, or you want to
If y'all need me to open up the room, it's gonna take a few minutes.
Okay, Ari, I don't know if Ari is available right now.
Yeah, it's probably gonna take a few minutes. All right, I'm gonna open up the room, but it's gonna take a few minutes, y'all.
Barakathon, Kwam Yasharala.
God, I'm just gonna put on the top on the link. Somebody sent me one of the books that I mentioned to Water King. It's the 103 Amazing Facts. They found a PDF version of the book. Um, so I'll put that link on the top. Right, this book has some real interesting information about the so-called North American Indian. So definitely grab that link so you can grab that PDF and you can read some things on what they did in terms of reclassifying Indians and wicked Esau, man.
Salakia.
Go ahead, sis.
So is it true that they actually used to? I mean, the $5 Indian that they would buy the rights to say that they were Indians, and why exactly was that again?
Because they own this the this the agency, the office that was doing it. So yeah, as a white man, because the Indians were supposed to get certain benefits. So as a white man, you can come in and be like, "Hey, I'm an Indian. Here's $5, and let me classify me and let me get this." And so they raped, robbed, genocide us, the Indians in more ways than one.
So that's why they became like so reddish looking or something. Because my grandmother's mom was full blooded, and my grandmother is so dark skinned. Her dad was from the West Indies, but she's so dark skinned. But she had this hair like I don't know. But I'm like, dang, you really Indian, grandma? Because I'm thinking of the light bright Indians that look like they look like I thought that was Mexicans.
Con. Elder Terah, you still there?
Yeah. What's up?
Yeah, the sister was just asking about, how the $5 Indians came into play. So I know you know a lot about that too. So, you could,
Yeah,
if
nah,
you want to.
you was correct. It was a money thing because they had took the land from them. So basically, they owed them a lot of land because it's so much history with that. Now, when you check it out, how was the Native Americans so good with the land and the sharecroppers? Because a lot of them was Negroes too. So what they did is they instead of paying them, because when these Irish and a lot of these other foreign groups came over here, they was taught how to cultivate the land and they was taught by a lot of them, the natives. That's what they don't tell you, how to protect the land. So when they finally made the money or the reparations that they was going to give them, they classified the black natives as Negroes, as slaves, so that they didn't have to give them the money that they owed the Native American Indians. So they took a lot of the original Native American Indians and put them in as Negroes. And then this is when the $5 Indians came in, the whites, which is really General Custer's seed, and these white ones that raped and murdered the Native American Indians. They came in to get that part of the land, to get land. They was given land, and they was given a lot of money. But when you got to understand, the main thing, they wasn't giving money as much as land. Land was the money, because off of your land, you could grow things, you could produce things, you could sell your land. That's where the money was, land. At one time, it wasn't actually money per se, dollars. It was land, property, and that's what they was given. So, Esau has a way to put his, always come out in the end. Just like the whole story about minorities. Like when they say minorities, you got to put Asians, you got to put white women in there. and so on, and they actually get more benefits out of the minorities than so-called Negroes. Minorities is just not Negroes according to them. It's Asians, it's homosexuals, it could be Jews, and more important, it's white women. So that's just another way that Esau steals money from our people and breaks treaties.
Tawana.
Con,
I mean, this devil, that's why the Indian said he talked with a forked tongue, man. He never keeps his promises. He always finds a way to give it back to his people, and that's what he did with the $5 Indians. Those was white people. When you study the history and you really trace them, and General Custer and these murderers that came over here, man, that's they seed. That's they seed. That ain't no Native Americans.
con, con. Um, we're kind of getting close to that time where we got to shut the room down. Somebody just hit me in the back chat with a question. They said IUIC said you can't date out of your tribe. I don't know if they teach that. You know, I don't. I think maybe that's a misunderstanding.
I
But
mean, I
did
don't
you hear
know,
that?
brother. I mean, I don't know really, to be honest, what they teach because from what I know of, they change up a lot. So they could be teaching that now.
Wow, that's off as hell.
But yeah, there's no law that says that. We know Tobit was given, once again. I mean, when you read the story of Tobit, it's not a law. It's basically like an advice, like Paul, because and it also goes with heritage too, at the time, But dealing with heritage and the money, but there's no scripture that actually say that. There's no scripture that actually say that. That's a Negro. That's a lot of Negro only doctrines.
Con. Okay, Shapa. Um, is Makabu driving with you, Elder?
Yeah, Macabre. Yeah, he's yeah,
He's out. He's
he's
knocked
out.
out.
Yeah, Macabre's out.
God.
Macabre's, Macabre's done, man. Long night, man. Long night. Yeah, the Lord knows.
God. So you guys on the road now?
Yeah, we doing this 14, 15 hours to New York. New York
Man,
and New Jersey, man. We
God,
heading.
Thank you,
Godspeed.
Shemaya, for holding down the room.
Yeah, Macabre said thank you for holding down this room. He'll be back.
God.
It was you and Chief, right? It was most us. We was looking. It
Yeah,
was
Chief.
mostly you and Chief.
Chief. Yeah, Chief was holding it down. I was just there to support.
Use the right lane to keep right. All praises. We had a great new moon, man, out here in Illinois. The brothers and sisters, man. Good new moon yesterday. It's Sabak. Sabak will be back in town for a couple of weeks. He's actually taking the plane to New York now. He'll be back for a little while. But that camp, man,
God.
it's gonna be like 14 degrees Saturday, man. I don't know what we gonna do with that, man.
Wow. Where we go? Where are we gonna go?
Supposedly Times Square, but we'll see. He may do a couple of hours. It's gonna be cold, but we're
God.
gonna do it. We're
Well,
gonna
you
do
know
what we
what,
got.
Elder? That spot we were in the Bronx, because it has that train station right there. It's if we could get the tour out a little bit.
Yeah, that's a good spot. You're right, because the train station is right there. That's a perfect spot for this type of weather. You
Yeah,
know,
con,
you just go right up in the train station and warm up when they get too cold. Perfect.
con.
So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, we might do that. Speaking of that, we might try that.
And we can hit that Benji spot again.
Oh, now I know. That veggie spot, huh?
God, yeah, that food was good. That fish, I got the salmon and I got the red snapper. I even got the oxtails. Yeah, it was all good, man.
Yeah, yeah. Now that veggie spot is 24 hours.
Yeah, the food was real good. I think
About to
Elder
close.
opened up. Yeah, I think he opened up the other room. Um, just one sec. I think there was another room opened up. Yeah, there was another room opened up. So I wonder if Chief Ephraim is already in that room. Let me see if I can get the.
Yeah, I'm on the road, man. I ain't been able to chime in like I want. 'Cause I'm on the road and we moving. In 1,000 I'm gonna be listening. Use the right lane to turn Come in when I can. Then turn.
I'm gonna pin the link to that new room on the top. Yeah, there's the room pinned on the top, so we can close this room down so we don't lose the replays. Thanks again, family. All praises. Uh, we'll meet up in the other room. Shalom.